Hi there. I'm gonna make some chili. Knife. Bacon. And we're going to start off our base of our chili with some rendered bacon fat. I like to build my chili in layers. I have a very specific system I use. It's not, you don't have to be specific with yours. You don't even have to do it like this. This is just simply a how I do mine, man. Substitutes. So we're gonna add our bacon right in there. Get some heat on that. Onion. Better. It works for me. That's really all that matters in my kitchen is what works for me. Same as what in your kitchen, what works for you. And just gotta start whacking. Said I don't have any real knife skills. I don't have the little finger tuck thing. And you don't have to either. Remember, this is your fucking art project. You paint it how you want to paint it. I'm going to cut all my veggies and put them in this bowl here because they're all going to get added in at the same time anyway. And that way nothing is out cooking the other. Sorry, I don't look at the camera because I'm looking here because I don't want to chop my fingers up. Ooh. Hey there, onions. Onions getting a little tear going. A little tear going from onion. And we'll move on to our red pepper. I cut the bottom off. I take and just pop the core out. Now, I used to work prep at a fast food kind of joint. And the manager there one time, she told me that I was prepping the peppers wrong by doing that because she wanted me to cut the top off and then scoop everything out so that we didn't waste the bottom. But I chop up the bottom so it wouldn't get wasted anyway. So, get our red pepper going. I know some people use green pepper. I fucking hate green peppers. I think they're fucking disgusting. Red pepper, on the other hand, I think is a little sweeter. I enjoy it. Like if I make fajitas, I use a red pepper as opposed to a green pepper. Any recipes would call it that. Oddly, I've never met a hot pepper yet I don't like. Dicing the peppers. Dicing the peppers. I can hear the bacon sizzling a little over there. Check on that real quick. Had this gimmick for years, like probably close to 25 or so. Got a jalapeno here. Fat fucking jalapeno at that. No stems, no seeds. That's for the spine. I mean, not stems. No spines, no seeds that you don't need. I like to take them out. That is where the bulk of your heat is. Although I am using 2 jalapenos and 2 serranos today. And I am only despining, de-seeding one of each. So there will be some seeds and spine there. So I want some heat in my chili, of course. Disposal. Serrano. Alright. Alright. Take the seedy boys and Craig, wash your hands. Remember when handling hot peppers to wash your hands. No one needs to have a fingering incident. You know, your finger, your eye, and a mucous membrane that's very sensitive to the heat. And you could cause yourself or someone else some discomfort. They don't like that. It's not a pleasant journey, apparently. I know a guy. Again, I have no skills. I simply really enjoy cooking. and I am bored at home. So I'm making these videos, and I hope somebody watches them or enjoys them. Hell, who knows? I could be the next fucking Guy Fieri. Fat bastard running his mouth all the time. Except I don't have a license. I'd have to get a driver to drive me around in the cool cars. Although I think having a driver and doing the job would be cool, because then you could just eat yourself completely bloated and not have to worry about driving home. You can just like get in the back of an RV and nap. It's probably what he does. I mean, that car is probably only driven for like those few minutes going in and a few minutes going out. But in my head, he like cruises around in it all the time, has it at his house. I'm actually a really big Guy Fieri fan. No, that's hard to believe. I know a lot of people think you're kind of a douchebag, and I mean, I get it. You know, the flip-flops and the catchphrases and the bling-bling and all that. But, you know, whatever. I find him entertaining. I enjoy his show. And he's hit me to a lot of cool places that I've been at. Like traveling and stuff. And like, hey, I saw this on Triple D. I'm going to go check it out. Gotta get the old garlic. That one busted right open, didn't it? You can buy pre-peeled garlic, obviously. I often have just minced garlic in a jar in my fridge because I'm lazy. But today I felt that I wanted to use some freshy fresh. That's what I'm gonna do. More whack. Once I got older and my palate got a little more, better term, sophisticated, I started recognizing the nuances of why stuff like onions and celery work and help create flavors. But like, I don't like an onion on a fucking sandwich by any means. I think it's fucking gross. But like, basically, onions are an ingredient. They go in things, not on them. They don't go on pizza. They don't go on a burger. They go in chili. They go in a sauce. It's like my opinion, man. And we're gonna take our veggies, nice veggie mix, and la la la. Get all the good vegetable stuff out of the bowl, into the pot. Gotta wash your hands. Watching Monday Night Raw from this week. It's less than entertaining. Alright, I got a half pound of sirloin here, put it over. I'm gonna chunk this up and add that in after these veggies get cooked down. Beauty, eh? Chunk up this fat cap real quick and throw it in with the veggies and the bacon so this piece of it can kind of render down and help flavor that base. Yeah. You can buy stew meat for this as well, which is what I generally do. But they had no stew meat today, so I substituted sirloin because it was the cheapest chunk of beef they had. I just like to add the beef as well as ground beef because I like the separate textures. You can use pork, you can use chicken, turkey, wild game. I like some wild game, some deer chili. We had elk and moose as well. I once ate raccoon. It was not in a chili. I recently tried pig balls for the first time, like deep fried the mountain oyster thing. How that escaped me my entire life, I don't ever know, and I wish I hadn't, because regardless of what you think, they're fucking delicious. My friend Josh Party made them up. Getting a little soft, like my head. Beef in the chili, beef in the chili, we're beefing the chili. Alright, this is starting to smell really good. So we're gonna let that beef cook down a little bit in with all the veggies. We will then be adding the rest of our wonderful stuff. Some ground beef, our beans, some maters, a little broth, some seasoning. I'm gonna actually add some seasoning in right now. I'm gonna start with one of my favorite things, the Goya adobo. This is one of my, I use this on about everything I touch. It's just a wonderful, good base blend of spices. You'll throw some crushed red pepper in there with that. Generally, I use my fresh black cracked pepper jack, but I have this can of ground that I bought. I'm going to use it, and also that way you don't bite on any hard peppercorns because they use kind of the fat grind. Fat grind. Some Mexican oregano. It is definitely different from your standard oregano that you'd use in your Italian cooking. It's very, very potent. You don't need a whole lot of it to go a long way. Alright, we're going to let that sit, everything soften up, and then we'll come back and add the next layer. So this has had a chance to cook down. All the veggies are getting soft. The beef's about half cooked. The bacon's in there. So right there. Gonna turn that heat down quite a bit and add the ground beef. 1 pound fresh ground beef, 80/20. And that is gonna call for the old spatula. So quality ingredients, tools from the old Dollar General. Find things you need at a bargain price. Dollar General. I've not been compensated by Dollar General at all to mention their store. I find it a very interesting kind of store. They got a lot of weird shit there. Also, they got there, it's one of those places you find really weird, like snack foods. All right, we got the burger in there. It is going to come along nicely. As you can tell, I like to make sure my burger's really broke down and chopped up. Making that burger. So, part 4 of layer 1 is finished. We got the bacon, the veggies, the beef, the burger. When you watch this, you'll be amazed how much time of me doing this I actually did edit out. But you won't know because it'll be edited out. Oh boy. Elias is back. Alright. So, now we're going to add some diced green chilies. I'm using canned because this time of year I can't find good what I want. Where's your can opener? This. Find these at almost any grocer, right in the ethnic section. Making that burger. Part 4 of layer 1 is finished. We got the bacon, the veggies, the beef, the burger. When you watch this, you'll be amazed how much time of me doing this I actually did edit out. But you won't know because it'll be edited out. Oh boy. Elias. Elias is back. You fucking Now we're gonna add some diced green chilies. I'm using canned because this time of year I can't find good what I want. Where's your can opener? This. Alright. 2 cans of those. 1, 2. Into the garbage. This is layer 2, part 1. So now I'm going to get my beans. Now I've used a pound of burger, about a half a pound of beef, and so because I'm obsessive like that, I use a can of beans for each half pound of meat and 1 can of diced tomatoes for each half pound of meat. 2 chili, 1 black, 2 regular diced, 1 petite. It's a thing. It's my system. Get off my back. So we're going to take these chili beans and add them first. Then I'm going to rinse off the black beans real quick because I don't want to have that bullshit on. 2 beans, or not 2 beans. 3 beans is the answer. Colander. Crack these black beans real quick. Put them in the colander. Some cold water going. Freshen that. Give them a good rinse. I rinse off the black beans because, well, they have kind of a gravy on them that I don't think adds to the chili. Alright, and the old black beans. Black beans in the pot. Okay, we are going to turn the heat back up on that a little bit more. It's not quite where I want it. A bowl of homemade salsa that I made earlier this week. So I'm going to use this bowl of it. Now this is the part where it gets tricky because this is starting to get full in here. And if I don't judge everything just right, sometimes I have to take this and add a second pot just to mellow it to make sure there's space in here. The cool thing is with that, what I usually do is the smaller batch I make, that I will make that like super hot by adding some really super killer peppers to it. Trinidad scorpion pepper dust that I got from Katie's, the Jerky and Snacks company, is Death Blow. This is a blend of Reapers, habaneros, jalapenos, cayenne. This shit's no joke. I don't have to use much of it to go a long goddamn way. We're gonna add our tomatoes. Tomato. I don't have those kinds of problems. Petite. There. Get out. And kaboom. Tomatoes are in. I just kind of go with my heart in my head and my spice rack over here and kind of just build on it as I go. I'm constantly adding, tweaking as time goes on because good chili takes time. Gonna go again, back to my adobo. Some more ground black pepper, some ground white pepper. That one's not open, this one is. I really like the kick white pepper has. One of my favorite uses of white pepper is to put it in egg drop soup. I think that's wonderful. So we got that. There's a whack a little cayenne in there. The standard chili powder. Of course, got to have one of these bad boys in there. Actually, you know, a pot that big, I'm going for 2. Ah, yeah. Let's see. Yes. I'm also going to add, because this is a little thick still, so I have this can of spicy V8. I like to keep these on hand because they're a good quick breakfast treat. And they're delicious. And you can add it to your chili. And I'm going to take some beef broth just to give this a little more liquidity. What we got here? Let's check this for texture. Get all that stuff stirred in. All right. So that, we're gonna add just a little more beef broth. Besides, this is gonna sit here for a while and cook down, so there's good have the extra moisture in there. That there. I've got a little something. Yes, I do. Now, here's something that not everybody does, but I add a little pickle brine. I like the zing. I add pickle brine to quite a few of my recipes. Just I need a spoon. Let's see what we got here. I don't know. Something else some people think is weird is I like to add a little sugar to my chili, also my pasta sauces. Now obviously this is going to get hotter as it goes. And like I said, we'll have to season more as time goes past. But for now, that is the starting foundation for this chili. I'm going to let this come up, let it cook down for a couple hours, check the flavor profile on it. At that point, make some spice adjustments, give it a couple more hours, do the same thing again. Usually by that second time around, I've got everything in there dialed in how I want it. You know, another couple hours after that, and I usually eat some that night, but as we know, chili's better the next day. Basically, I want to have that first bowl, just let me know I got it done. That's my completion, like, okay, this portion of this is done, now it's time to eat. I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to watch some of this shitty raw. We'll come back and make the adjustments. Chiropractor, chili chiropractor. And now, final round of spices for the final simmer, which leads to the bowling and the serpent. Now, good old taster. A little more chili powder. A little more adobo. Another Goya. Oaxacan adobo. This is some good stuff. Oaxacan adobo. The flavor of southwestern Mexico. Well, gonna stir these last bits in. Gonna lid up, and that's that for a couple hours. And it's eating time. We'll be back for the sampling. Yeah, little finished product. And this is how we do chili at the hacienda. Peanut butter sando. Chili dog. I hit it with this from her and the company that tried to kill me the other night. It's not as bad when you're in control of the spicing. You did good, Craig. This shit's pretty spicy.
I love Ortega's sauce. It makes my taco pop.